Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Doing It Well, One Arm at a Time, with Joe Perkins. I'm sorry, it's Thursday instead of Tuesday. Got a little behind, but anyway, just want to see how everybody's doing out there. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I know the last 2 days here have been absolutely beautiful. I like high in 79, 78 with no humidity, lows mid 60s. It's been beautiful. Um, Sometimes I have to trade out beautiful weather for a little bit of arm nerve ending pain going on, but I mean, it's nothing I can't handle. Anywho, I just want to see how everybody's doing out there. Today, on this video, I want to show people how to put socks on. Now, with one arm. Uh, well, one hand. For me, I picked this up because pretty quickly when I was in Frazier Rehab, they gave me this, and I wish I had it to show you, but it's this plastic piece. And any of you out there with one arm, you've seen this before. It's this plastic piece that you put your sock around, and it's got a little cup to it, and it's a big string. So you put it on there, and then you put the cup over your foot, and then you take the string and pull it up over your heel, and it comes up. Only problem is you get socks that are sometimes like newer and they're tight, and unless you're wearing a sock that comes up to almost your knee, which I like wearing a bunch of no-show socks or something like that, once it gets to a point, it just slides right off, and it takes forever. And so I had a lady come in when we were about to do the next time, because I told myself before the next therapist lady come in, I was going to figure something out. And I did. And I showed her, and she said she was pretty amazed, and she's going to try to get some people to do that. What was even more amazed about it, because I had those 2 rods in my back, and I was still recovering from that as well. So, I mean, it was a little bit more difficult for me, but now that, I've done it a few times, it's not very hard. But first of all, I just want to get out there, and I want to appreciate everyone who has subscribed and liked and shared. I've only been doing this for about 2 weeks, and to me, I looked today and I saw that I had 20 subscribers when I only had 16 a couple of days ago. And it's small jumps, but I like these small jumps. And I used to be the kind, and I still am, I like to see things big jumps. I want to, if something doesn't happen right away, sometimes I get discouraged and just like, and I've had to learn to live with this, because I'm still going through pain management, trying to get the nerve pain and the phantom pain, trying to get that taken care of and trying to get it. And it's been 2 years, and we're still working it out. So I'm that kind of guy that I want that. Once you give me something, then I want to feel better right away, or I want it to happen right away. But life isn't like that, and so I've kind of learned to take little steps at a time, just to see the greatness in the little things, because next thing you know, boom, you look back and like, man, that was a pretty good jump. It just didn't happen all at once. And so I've been learning with that. And I think a lot of people, when you get in any kind of trauma issue, you start seeing that. You go a year and you're like, man, you hear everybody telling you, well, people who know, you hear everybody telling you, well, it's only been a year. Wow. I tell people my accident was 2 years ago. They're like, oh, that's all that's new. But to me, I'm thinking, man, 2 years with this, I should know how to do this. I should be fine. I should, already be past this and this. And you will have some people in your life say, 2 years, shouldn't you be done and over that? Those people have no need to be around you. You can sit and talk with those people and try and explain it to them. But until you've actually been through it, because I was one of those people, until you've actually been through something, you never, I don't care. It's kind of like having, my buddy Jason has a kid who's autistic. From the outside, you see a parent that is letting them have basically what they want all the time. Bad parenting. Unless you're a parent of an autistic kid, you have no reason to open your mouth about anything unless you've been firsthand worked with an autistic kids. You know, Sometimes you have to be really rough with them. And when I mean rough, I don't mean beating them. Sometimes you got to use words that you don't normally use, or you got to kind of, because they don't understand what we understand. And that's kind of the way I feel with my injury when people who say, "Oh, I know how you feel," and and for the first 6 months, when people were like, "Oh, at least you're alive," or "I know how you feel," I wanted to punch them in the face so bad, because I'm like, "No, you don't know how I feel," and no, and it's sad to say, yeah, I'm alive, but if this is how I gotta be for the rest of my life, are you really alive? But then I realized I got better and better, started doing things, and just, you gotta hang in there. And that's why I do these videos, because hopefully somebody, and probably somebody I'll never meet or don't know, will be in the hospital and looking around at or look at, amputees or traumatic injuries and come across some of my videos, and maybe it could help them. I didn't have nobody like that. I basically had to learn to do almost everything I do now. Except for some of the things, the people in the uh, rehab basically was just wanting you to get back to somewhat normal. I wanted to get back to my life. Anywho, let me get back to it. Here is a quick demonstration on how to put your socks on with one arm. So, bear with me while I get this set up. Took me about 30 minutes to find the spot that actually worked. Or you can say 2 days. That's why I'm late. Anywho, got your classic, your no-show socks. Pretty nice. And I'm going to let you know, I got these at a bargain. Oh man, I forget what it's called. Bargain Hut or something like that. And you get a pack of these, like 10 in them, for like $3.99. And they're good quality. They're called Zone In. And they come in packs of black, gray, gray, white, red, white, red, gray. It's assortments. And they're freaking amazing. They feel great. And like I said, $3.99. I've had these for a while, so they last. Anywho, what you want to do is you want to take your hand and you want to make a cupping motion. Kind of like, like you're making a claw. And, you can work with this, can help with your kids too. If they're having a hard time doing things, they have to claw. Anyway, kind of have a cupping motion like this. And this is how you're going to put your sock on. So, you take your sock, put it on your knee, chest, arm, leg, something else. It doesn't matter as long as you've got something stable you can put it on. So, you basically take your hand, and what I do is I put these 4 fingers first on one side. You're going to put it like that. You're going to put it on sideways on your hand. And then when you do that, you just take your thumb right here and just put your thumb on the inside. Now, when I said the claw, when you do that, now somehow you got it front and backwards. So now your sock is on your hand, and you can make the elastic, and you can do as much as you want, depending on how big your foot is or whatever. Don't look at my pretty toes. So you got your like this. You open your claw up. Now, I don't know if you can see right there. There's a cuff in there. That's where you're going to put your toes through. So you take this and you put that cup right over, stretching it out. Now you'll get it so far to where basically your hand, you can take it off because your hand starts at your ankle and you can't take it no far. Well, you got it up on the bottom of your nose. All you do now is just take this bottom here. Oops, sorry. Take this bottom here. Just grab it and pull. Boom. And then just adjust it to feel. And it's that easy. Again, take your sock. Put your 4 fingers in there. Put your 4 fingers in there first with your thumb. Pull your thumb around. Put it in there. Put your hand up here. Put it through here. And it doesn't matter how it goes on. Right there. Look, as you can tell, this is supposed to be on the bottom. However, when it's like this, you can still twist it any way you want to. Boom. You pull it up. Right there. Not too hard. And it's pretty easy. The more you do it, when I first did it, it was kind of, I got to the point where I could only get it over like my toe. And then I realized, how to stretch it and pull at the same time. Because when you stretch it, it stays on your hand. If you don't stretch it and pull, it's just going to come off. And that's what I had to learn. Anywho, I told you guys earlier in the week that I had some big news that I was going to share to y'all. I hate to say it, but I was asked to be on a podcast. And even though they have a good following and would have probably got my name out there more, I feel like these channels are more of a wholesome. Not saying that their channel's bad, and I'm not gonna say who they are, but they're more of a fly by the seat of the pants. They sit there and they drink a few beers, which is fine. I wish I could still drink a few beers, but for some reason, when I do, this pet puppy right here buzzes for about 12 hours, and I'm not talking about the good buzz. I'm talking about an actual buzz, and down here too, where I can't feel it. So basically, I haven't had a drink in a while, and I'll be honest with you, don't really care. However, I was going to be on a podcast, and it was going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a live showing, even though it wasn't going to be at a place live. It was going to be live, so I was going to be able to get my story out there. But there was a lot of cussing, just some stuff that I didn't want to go on there and try to say, hey, can you guys change your style just for me for this so I can put. I wasn't going to do that because, that changes what their show is. And I wouldn't want somebody to come onto my page if I had something. Hey, can you change this just so I don't want to do that. We're all different, but we're all in here to help each other. And I think that even though my name was good, my story would have got out there. I just didn't want a bunch of people that I know and a bunch of people on here think that not that was about me, because it's got nothing to do with that. But I hope you understand what I'm saying or trying to say. I just don't want a lot of people get on there with their kids and then all of a sudden you hear F this, F that, shoot, but you know the other words. Anywho, I would really appreciate it if you guys would please share this, comment on anything. Just say, hey, if it's good job, or hey, I hate this, I think it's dumb, or give me some suggestions. Give me some suggestions on things that you do that you haven't seen yet, that maybe you don't have a show yet. Maybe me and you can, you can message me. We could talk. We could talk about how your situation can be the same or differ from mine. Learn from each other, and I can put it on here and let everybody see. But also, I'd really help if you would share, because I really want this to get out to people. I want people that need this. I wish I had this when I was laying in my hospital bed, because I think it would have helped me with my first 6 to 8 months. When I was really depressed, and I think it would have really helped a whole lot. I'm not going to think, I know it would. And hopefully this will get out to people. I've already sent this to my amputee peer support group that I'm part of down at University of Louisville Hospital here in Kentucky. And there, hopefully, she's going to send it around people, and hopefully this COVID thing's over, so I can actually start going talk to people face to face and let them know, hey, there's more to this than that. Than what we are now. I mean, there's life. I mean, don't get rid of nothing. You still can do everything, I like talking, and sometimes I get these videos, I guess, a little long, but again, just share, subscribe and like, and again, in the comments, put what you like, what you don't like, put what you'd like to see, or just see what you would like to see more of this page to evolve. I'm thinking about going to a Facebook page and sending that out, and hopefully that I can get some Facebook followers on there as well. And the reason for that is because every time I do this, I'm sharing it to a bunch of Facebook groups, trying to get the page going, or this channel going. And I think if I had a Facebook page that can, they can go to my Facebook and then click on the link to here, it can redirect them. But anywho, I just want to let everybody know that really appreciate you checking in, staying with me this long, listening to everything I do, and everything that's going on out there. And I hope everyone's out there doing it as well as they can, one arm at a time. Thanks.